In today's video, I am going to teach you how to plot log graph in Excel. This is a simple process, but it helps to understand what each action is doing, so you can repeat it confidently for your own data. First, select your data range in Excel. In the instructions, this is the range A1 to B5, where column A contains the independent variable and column B contains the dependent variable. Click and drag to highlight those cells so Excel knows exactly which numbers to plot. As you do this, make sure you include both columns and that the data is clean, with each pair aligned on the same row. This step matters because the graph will only be as accurate as the range you select. Next, move to the Insert tab on the top ribbon menu. The Insert tab is where Excel places charts and graphs. Click the Insert tab and look across the ribbon for the Charts section. When you are ready, you will choose a scatter plot style, because log graphs often behave best with scatter data. Taking this route also gives you control over the axes and scaling. Now find the scatter icon and open the drop-down list. From the options, choose Scatter with Smooth Lines. This option draws your data points and connects them smoothly, which helps you visualize the overall trend. After you select it, Excel will create a chart right away using the data you highlighted earlier. Take a moment to look at the chart and confirm that you see your points plotted as expected, before changing the axis settings. Once the chart is on screen, you will adjust the axis to use a logarithmic scale. To do this, right-click the numbers along the vertical or horizontal axis line. You can choose either axis depending on which variable you want to scale logarithmically. For example, if the independent variable spans orders of magnitude, you might apply the logarithmic scale to the horizontal axis. If the dependent variable is the one that varies widely, you might choose the vertical axis instead. Right-click the axis labels or the axis line, so the format controls appear for the correct axis. After you right-click, select Format Axis from the pop-up context menu. This opens a formatting panel or task pane, typically on the side of your screen. This is where you will change the type of scale used for that axis. Notice that the panel may show multiple categories, such as axis options and tick marks, so you will want to look specifically for the scale setting. In the Format Axis task pane, find the option called Logarithmic Scale. Check that box to enable a logarithmic scale for the axis you selected. This change is what turns a standard chart into a log graph. When you enable it, Excel updates the axis labels and spacing automatically to reflect logarithmic intervals, which is crucial for interpreting growth patterns or decay patterns over wide ranges. Finally, you will set the base value for the logarithmic scale. After checking logarithmic scale, type your preferred scale value inside the base box. The base controls the logarithm used for the axis. Enter the number you want, and then confirm or allow the chart to refresh. If you are not sure what base to use for your specific situation, you can refer to the context of your data or your course guidelines. But the key is that you control it from this base field in the Format options. Once you have set the base, review the chart one more time. Make sure the axis labels look correct and that the plot still matches the pattern you expect. If needed, you can repeat the formatting steps on the other axis as well, by right-clicking the axis line and opening Format Axis again, and that covers everything you need to know. You are now able to plot a log graph in Excel by selecting your data, inserting a scatter chart, and switching the chosen axis to a logarithmic scale with your preferred base value.